Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV with the Rude Man. In the last episode, we talked to Isambard here, and he gave us a letter to give to a guy named Ungust. And we're going to do that. He's in this little room back here. Now, you're going to recognize this guy as the bully that was bullying the woman that bought the meat in Ula. Well, gods be damned. You're that bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ulda. What in the seven hells do you want with me now? Dear friend, missing people, please help. Yours, Isambard. Folk around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you do so much as pass wind nearby. Played them all for fools and coaxed some hard labor out of them. I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before. What with all the disappearances. You go talk to him yourself if you don't believe me. All right. Well, let's do as he says and go talk to him. Start with this guy. The hungry beggar. Please, sir, just leave me be. One down, two to go. There's another one. Devious derelict. I've nothing to say but this. Thou'll take who or whatever has been feeding off us low folk. And one last one over here. A petrified pauper. What? What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please, don't kill me. Well, they seem pretty scared. Let's go back and talk to that bully. I bet he's up to something, and it's no good. Just as I told you, wasn't it? The whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, let's go tell Isambard what we found out. Welcome back, Roland. Have you learned aught of import? I see. I suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps, if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. Alright, we don't need either one of those items. We'll take the bronze piece. If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, we've no better place to ask than the church of Saint Adama Ladama. It is a small and humble church found to the northwest of here. And, so long as you're heading there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? I know, a morbid request, I grant you, but it must be borne to burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. Seek out a man named Marquis. He tends the graves of the lich yard. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. Well, put on your Sunday best. Looks like we're going to church. Hey, ran out of steam halfway up the hill. And there's Marquis. Hello? I am Marcus. Yes. A body? Of course. There have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, sir. If you seek a place of burial, then there's an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. Up this path. We get all the good jobs, don't we? X marks the spot. Man, he's got a lot of stab wounds in him. All right, let's go tell Marquis that we did our deed. May they all walk in May they all walk in Thalm's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help. But maybe Sister Olsen can. She's been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You'll find Sister Olsen within the church. Here she is. I hear you have done us the service of burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when the next you see him. You seek knowledge of missing drybone inhabitants? It is true. I am closer to the people than any other in the order. I confide in them, and they to me. When they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I will be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marcus would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep indeed. He seems to now prefer the company of the dead. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe took offense at his conduct. I must have words with Marcus, and soon. Okay, I got to go back to Isambard. Well, we're getting closer to having a mount. This quest line that we're on right now starts the process. We have to prove ourselves with the cities, and then they'll come courting us, and then we can choose, and one of them will give us a mount. Thank you, Roland. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Were you able to learn aught of the missing common folk? You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Roland? A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. I, too, spoke with Ungust, more times than I can count. There seems to be some truth to his notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service of the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession, the good sister Osern herself? Osern? She wouldn't. She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend, and you'd be wise to keep an eye on this rose. Still, the Lich Keeper Marcus, I'd swear to the 12 I've seen that face somewhere else. I don't know if that's much better. It is a little better. Let's see. Let's compare it to what we're wearing. It is item level. It's one item level higher, but the defense is down. I think we'll keep what we've got. We'll take the silver piece. Sister Osern? That cannot be. Though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own, and it is not uncommon to see her speaking to the children. No, it could not be her, could it? I grow weary of these suspicions. I know there's one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray, seek out the boy, Roland, and see if you can glean something from him and Osern's activities. All right, looks like we're heading to the bazaar. We need to find a kid with uncombed hair. Speak with the uncombed urchin. That's funny. Well, it looks like we found our uncombed urchin. Let's talk to him. Alright, looks like we're going to have a fight, so I better get my little helper out. Don't get the pig, little one. Oh, we got the pig. The blue carbuncle, when it fires off, it fires and hits everything in front of it. Whereas right now, I'm shooting a blast that only hits what I'm targeted. All right, let's talk to Orson. After giving her aid. You're the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child? Well, yes. Well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It's a ring given to him by his mother before she passed. I'll see it safely back to him. All right, gonna head back to Isambard. Sister Ulcern was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar? Gods forfend. I will secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. Searching for the member of orphans, and risking her own well-being in doing this? No less. Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. Okay, those are better than I'm wearing in some respects, but that's just right. Yeah, I'm taking the bronze again. Oh, level up. Sweet. I'm well glad I reserved that inn for Sister Ulcern. It seems she received greater injuries from her attacks than she initially let on. Thankfully, she's expected to make a full recovery. But now, on to the matter at hand. Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he will be waiting at the Amalja's encampment to the southeast. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. All right, let's go meet up with Thancred. Ah, there you are, Roland. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about the good Sister Ulcern. Isambard said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. But, false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister Ulcern near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amalja caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but, well, let's just say that I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you. Would you be so kind as to take a look inside? I guess we got to do all the dirty work. We should be high enough level that we can just walk in there, but we'll see. If I get attacked, they shouldn't be too difficult. All right, there's a leaflet we want to pick up. All right, let's go back out to Thancred. Tell him he'd have been just fine. Oh, goodness. What was that all about? You didn't mind me coming in, you just don't want me going out? Well, did anything tickle your fancy? This leaflet. See the wealth of Nald to the hands of your children. It looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. The lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Nald Thal seem somewhat, well, less than studied. I find it hard to believe one among the order penned this. Pray, take this to the inn at Camp Drybone. Let us see what the Sister Ulcern makes of it. My Savior comes again. To what do I owe the honor to this day? What's this? Blasphemous! These are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the order. Of that I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the order to deceive the people? The plot thickens, Roland. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There's no doubt an irony in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Isambard that we have learned this. Posing as a priest? Think. These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, Roland. I shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. Dressed to deceive. I'm afraid I've not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon, more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Roland and me serve like with like by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. I dare to hope that this will yield us the answers we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. These will serve very well. You have my thanks. Listen, Roland. So as to lay the foundation of our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments. Isambard has lent us, and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. Okay, so we got to put those clothes on, even though they're stanky. They're stanky. Let's see. We need to put on that, and the slops are pants. There we go. I guess I can leave everything else on there. It's a disguise, right? Okay. I preach the teachings of Azima, the warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? Well, she's the keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. Ooh, pretty flowery words there. Just who are you? Another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Be gone, see to it you don't make a nuisance of yourself. Alright, where else we need to go? Up there. So that's basically what we're doing, making a nuisance of ourselves. Well, it is. We're trying to draw attention. What is it? Gods, not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kind out by that muddy pond of yours at Drybone? Well, that's a good suggestion, I guess. Greetings, good sir. Is there aught I might assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Maybe you should rejoin your fellows out at the pond, north of Sandgate. All right, 2 people telling me to go to the pond. Where's the last one? What is the last one? In this building, maybe? And I was just about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, we don't have any openings right now. Get out of here so I can finish my story. Okay. There, now we have to go speak to Thancred. We did what we can do. You've got quite the knack for being a nuisance, Roland. The camp's abuzz with all the talk of the newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the north pond of Sandgate. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away helpless souls. Let's go there and wait for this kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. Guess we're off to the pond. A fine evening for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? It's kind of wet and rainy to me. You look absolutely smashing, Roland. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left, then, is to wait for our quarry to appear. Oh, you poor unfortunate souls. This is no way for men to live. No way at all. Who are you? And what do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I'm a priest of the Order of Naldthal, and I come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nald. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. Well, it's a tempting offer. I'm afraid we have to decline. On account of that atrocious performance, you'd have made a god's awful mummer, Unguist. What? How did you know? You bastards tricked me. Please, don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. Well, very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there, if not born. Some moons ago, the Amalja raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm and plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand against them. Few as they were, everyone lived in fear. And I just wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew. And so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached them, hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands, outrageous ones. Demands of what kind? Well, first of all, they wanted to schedule for crystal shipments from the mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people. So I posed as a priest to lure in the vulnerable and give them over to the Amalja. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence? You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you didn't. I suspect you're not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? The was good. What'd you say? The coin. It was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes and not see even a fraction of what the Amalja will pay me. You sacrificed innocence so you could line your own pockets? Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for this mess, then blame yourselves or the gods. Whoa! Not you again. Were you the one leaking the Immortal Flame's patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out. No, I know nothing about that, I swear it. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth. But no matter, there'll be time enough to learn the truth. Roland, be a good man and take word of this developments to Menphilia, would you? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. All right, back to the Waking Sands. Well, actually, I think I can change my clothes back. Let's do that. I feel funny. Welcome back, Roland. I'm pleased that you and Thancred have been getting along. I see. You've done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken, and none but the Amalja know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not be willing to part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. Life, materia, and everything. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause. That you might take to the field suitably prepared, I'd have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblypots. And he's a scholar of no small repute. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Erosia. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of this process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix and bid him use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mutamix is ever to be found at his camp in central Fanland, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke, and the way will become clear. Okay, so this is kind of boring. Just go out and talk to him. He does something to the blade, gives it back to you, and you come back here. So I'm going to skip that part. I'll be back when I'm done. Well, we're back from our little excursion. Bring this knife back to Menphilia. Welcome back, Roland. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. Sure did. Here's your knife back. Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I'm sure you're aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, so make it your ally. Now, it is time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you're ready to begin. All right, let's speak to her. I'm ready. Lord of the Inferno. Words arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he's able to extract some information from our friend Ungust, the false priest. He revealed that he's due to meet with the Emulged to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Emulged responsible for the abductions, and so they mean to have Ungust attend as planned. As the Emulged are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you to provide it to them, Roland. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but he'll join you as soon as he's able. Until such time as he does, you'll be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, though, he bade me to tell you to save some for him. Such is his confidence in you, a confidence that I share. When you've made ready, pray take yourself to Camp Drybone and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Okay, we're off, and we have to fight a primal. Okay, we need to speak to the sergeant in here. Ah, you're Roland Painter of the Scions? My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture a Emulged and prise from them the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizard men aren't aware that their man, Ungust, has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please, make your way and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Emulged's plot if the mission succeeds, Roland. Let's make sure it does. All right, we're off to the Hidden City, or the Ruined City, or the City Under the Sea, whatever it's called. The Invisible City. If it's invisible, how are we going to find it? Notice the bar at the top. I put the running spell up there so that I can see the timer when it stops, so that I can run again. Other than that, that button up there doesn't really do anything. Hey, we found the Invisible City. And there's our destination. Look, it's the Butthead. Is the bait in place? Our man is in position, sir. Good. We make our move as soon as the Amalja appear. Yes, sir. God, those guys are big. Ah! What's the meaning of this? Wait, there's something wrong. Oh, God. Who's been ambushed? Ha 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 ha. Oh, it's one of the flame soldiers laughing. I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. I eluded the immortal flames' clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? It was almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Aye, your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I've got an appointment to keep. They're all yours. I guess I better pull my little friend out. Okay, I'm going to try to take out the weaker ones first. Give him a little bit of a hand here. There's more coming in. Alright, let's get these guys. Come on, come on. And there's more. They're like Lay's potato chips. guy's irritating me. Uh-oh. Put your weapons. Put up your weapons, or the comrade here gets it. Behind you! Oh, they sucker punched me. Bring him. The rest of you, march. Traitorous scum. All right, at this point, we need to fight the primal. And that means I have to look for a party to do this with. And I've decided not to record those for a couple reasons. When you do that, I'll be partying up with people I don't know. They don't know me, and I'm recording this. And for my protection and their protection, I don't think I want to do that. You can always look up these fights in on YouTube. There's plenty of videos made of just the fighting. And so I'm going to go ahead and do this quest, and then I'll come in when I'm done. I fear the Amalja mean to give us to their god as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death with steel in hand. Okay, Bolt of Embers is now open. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. O mighty Ifirit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. O mighty Ifirit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your Godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame, and mark them as your own. Bloody hells! Bring those two as well. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. None but servants of Lord Ifirit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. No, spare me, I beg you. Pitiful children of man, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn. Almighty Ifirit, my one true God, your words are my bread. Impossible. By what sorcery do you resist my master's will? Could it be? Your soul already belongs to another, Yes, that's the only explanation. Forsooth, thy frail mortal frame can serve as a vessel to the blessings of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art the godless blessed's number. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered. Pray forgive my lateness. Hey, persistent one. Whew. I see the Bloodsworn wasted no time extracting the captives, no less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. As for those two, it's fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Roland. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would never have left you to face it alone. You've been given a veritable baptism of fire. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings. Camp Drybone, shall we say? This way, sir. So that was the mighty Ifirit. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Ulden interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We've only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear. Promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meat of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that there was aught worth a damn for that to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet, I find that I'm troubled by that adventure, unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. With allies like that, beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. Ah, there you are, Roland. Come, rest a while. You'll have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, the Amalja will be less inclined to risk our wrath. For a time, at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope that you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductors. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds, for once a man is tempered... but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all of our misfortunes, there's still reason to rejoice. Ifirit is slain, and by your hand no less. That is a deed of no ordinary individual, Roland. Not that I ever thought you were. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Mintfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to the mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the Waking Sands when you're good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long. The realm's problems won't solve themselves.